Aku and the ceramic cup. In the bustling slums of Nima, a suburb of Accra, Ghana, lived a carefree 5-year-old named Aku. It was 1997, and the narrow, windy streets of the neighborhood were always alive with the sounds of daily life. One day, Aku decided to follow her neighbor's son, Enoch, to his mother's sewing shop. It wasn't far, just a short walk away. As they approached the shop, Enoch suddenly mentioned that he needed to use the restroom. I needed to go too, Aku peeped up, not wanting to be left behind. Enoch's mother smiled and handed them a few coins to pay for the restroom. With a wave, the two children set off down the dusty path, chattering away. When they arrived at the restroom, the scene was quiet. A man stood by a withered paper post, his eyes scanning the area as though he were waiting for something or someone. As Enoch and Aku approached, the man asked in a friendly tone, "Are you two alone?" Always confident, replied, "Yes, it's just us." Without giving it much thought, Aku hurried to the ladies' side of the restroom while Enoch went to the gents. But Aku wasn't really pressed. She spent only a few couple of minutes inside before stepping back out. As she emerged, the man by the post caught her eye and approached her, holding out a small ceramic cup. "Do you want this?" he asked, his voice smooth and inviting. Aku, being the innocent child she was, nodded eagerly. The cup was simple, but to her, it seemed like a treasure. The man smiled and said, "I can give it to you, but only if you come with me." Aku hesitated for a brief moment, but the allure of the cup and the man's calm demeanor made her agree. He picked her up, and they began walking away from the restroom. They moved through the streets, the man chatting with Aku in the way that made them seem like father and daughter. His tone was so casual that no one passing by could suspect anything was amiss. After what felt like a long walk, they reached the Kanda police station. Behind the police station was a one-story building where prisoners were held. As they passed, prisoners inside, peering out through the small barred window, suddenly began shouting. Their voices, filled with urgency and anger, echoed through the air. "Kidnapper, kidnapper," they yelled, their hands waving frantically through the bars. The police officers nearby were immediately alerted. They quickly approached the man and Aku, stopping them in their tracks. The officers questioned the man, their suspicion growing with every word he said. It didn't take long before they realized the truth. This man was indeed a kidnapper, and Aku was in grave danger. The prisoners swiftly arrested the man, pulling him away from Aku. "You are safe now," he said, taking her hand in his. Aku looked back at the one-story building where the prisoners were still watching, though she didn't fully understand what had just happened. She knew that somehow those strangers behind the bars had saved her.